So I'm back, and this time we'll be looking at the DC Direct Guy Gardner from the uh, Green Lantern Guy Gardner is created by John Broome and Gil Kane in Green Lantern number 59 in 1968. And he's created as a replacement or backup to the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. He used to be a juvenile delinquent, but then he had a turnaround and reformed, became a social worker, and a helped with prisoners and then kids. But he was equally worthy to get the ring that Abin Sur sent to Hal Jordan. Now, it just happened that Hal Jordan was closer. Anyway, he's injured in an earthquake, and he's put into a coma. And that's when the Guardians say, well, you have to have a backup. Hal Jordan chooses John Stewart. He eventually comes out of the coma. And that puts him back into the sort of number 2 slot. Or I guess it would be in the number 3 slot. He gets another injury to his head, which gives him brain damage and puts him back into a coma. And when he comes out of that coma, he comes out with a change in attitude and personality. He becomes this cocky, arrogant son of a you-know-what. That's the Guy Gardner that most people know and hate. When I say hate, I mean love to hate. He'll just say what he thinks. I mean, he doesn't care what other people think. He doesn't care if he's wrong. He'll just say it or do it. And that's where a lot of the comedy and his character comes, is that underneath all that bravado and machismo and cockiness is still this great person, that hero, and which kind of makes him even better character than in some way than Hal. I mean, I can see where some people can say, well, Hal is, he's Hal all the time. And, not that Guy isn't Guy all the time, but, he's got this heroic, side that he guards. That can make him a little bit more interesting at sometimes than Hal Jordan, which you pretty much know what you're dealing with. He joins the JLI, and that's where he meets Booster Gold and all those kooky characters and have those weird adventures. And he falls for Ice. He's the butt of many jokes in that series. My particular favorite is the Batman One Punch. He and Hal he gets into a fight over who's going to be the Green Lantern in the sector with Hal. And Hal at first doesn't want to fight him, but then says fine, and Hal beats him. And he concedes that Hal Jordan is the better Green Lantern, and gives up the ring. However, he doesn't really let that sit, because he goes looking for a new ring. and he finds and actually uses for a while one of Sinestro's old yellow rings. When around the time right before Kyle sort of comes into the picture, he discovers that some of his DNA is alien DNA, and it's been the alien part of his DNA becomes active, and this allows him to change parts of his body into weapons, energy weapons, and guns, and all sorts of stupid stuff that looked cool in the 90s. That's the way they got him to stop being a Green Lantern and cleared the way for Kyle. Until Rebirth, where that DNA is purged of him and he just becomes a Green Lantern again. He actually becomes part of what's called the Honor Guard, and he's really sort of a troubleshooter for the Corps. Doesn't really have a sector to call home or patrol or protect, but he'll float around to where he's needed, and if this guy needs backup, he'll go there. If they've got some unsavory character to transport to another sector, he'll accompany him. So all sorts of jobs that other Lanterns can't do or are unavailable for, he'll take them. And he shares that duty with Kyle Rayner. Of course, being a more recent figure, there's more articulation than the older. And I say more, meaning one or two pieces of articulation. Particularly that he's got arms go in and out, not fully, but pretty far. Up, down. He's got a wrist swivel, and of course you can see his Green Lantern ring. He's got leg articulation, knee articulation, and thigh articulation, or hip articulation. Still no waist articulation. He's got head goes side to side. He comes with the Green Lantern as piping, so you put a light source behind it. It's a nice sculpt too. He's got his little turtleneck-ish appearance with the old 80s, wide collar vest thingy with the studded belt. Very nice. He's got his moon boot boots, and so really nice sculpt. He's got that arched eyebrow to give off that cockiness and that guy attitude. I love posing him like this. Not only has he got the lantern power, he's giving the world the finger. There's a recent Justice League International version that's based on the Kevin Maguire art. My next review will be on the Blackest Night John Stewart.